Welcome, everyone. I am Adam Hagaman, and today we're going to dig in more to this P Diddy case, the stuff that is being exposed, the people that are being exposed. Today, we're going to watch a couple videos and discuss it. This is just the beginning. We've done one video already. There's much more, I'm sure, that is going to come. Celebrities, athletes, people are just being exposed. The light is revealing the darkness. It's what people have prayed for. Justice is being served. And I think there's going to be so much more that people are going to be like, what is going on? I watched this actor. I like this actor, or I listen to this music. This music's amazing. So they think, and then they realize who these people are behind closed doors, who these people are when nobody else is around, or when they're around other people that are sick like they are. And we are going to start to see what's really going on in this society that we live in. In this first video I want to bring to you, it's from David Harris. David Harris is amazing. Go follow his channel, subscribe to his channel. We're going to watch him talk with Jacko Bowens. He is somebody that's been in the music industry for a while. He is somebody who has been involved in what's going on for a while because his sister was actually trafficked in the music industry, and we're going to hear more about that in this video. So we're going to start this video right now and dive right into it.
Music mogul Sean Combs has been denied bail for a second time after being arrested by Homeland Security agents this week. He's been charged with sex trafficking, kidnapping, bribery, and a lot more. On this show, we discussed his deviant sex parties in which he coerced women into engaging in days-long public sex displays with male prostitutes. He's accused of taking videos of those encounters and using them to blackmail the participants. But according to our...
Wait a minute. So we just heard he had these parties and he would record videos. He would make videos and record them. Mostly, I'm sure we're going to hear for blackmail. This wasn't part of this. I'm actually going to bring this up right now. I'm going to look for it. This has been going on in the industry for a while. There's people call it secret societies. People call it different things, but this is how they do it. They record, they get you in, and then they use it as blackmail. They record this stuff and they say, hey, if you leave, if you tell, we're going to release this. We're going to release all this sickening homosexual, whatever it was that was done, and release it to the public. They do there's stuff on here that I cannot even say because of this channel, but there's stuff that goes on behind the scenes that are just disgusting. I'm going to actually bring up a video I'm bringing it up now, from Cap Chatfield. He actually did a video, an interview with John Rich, and John Rich actually briefly touches on this. I'm trying to find them right now, and I will bring that up right now so you can see what I'm talking about. This was just recently done. Shout out to Cap. He's amazing. He has amazing channel, brings a lot of this to light. And John Rich is amazing as well. He is making music now that he's out of the industry's hand, that just godly music, just some music where he is basically exposing the enemy. And I found this here. Let's bring this up right now.
You're going to meet the titans of the music industry, and the connections you're going to make could just supercharge your career. And I go back to what my dad always taught me. He said, do not be a part of anyone's group. Do not meet with people in secrecy. Do not swear your allegiance to anyone or anything, ever. Never do that. He pounded that into my head. Well, here I am looking at it, and the pitch is good, and the people are leaning hard. I mean, they're putting an elbow down.
They're inviting him, trying to get him to go to these things. Like he said, the pitch is good. It sounds good. And they want him there so that way they can get him involved in this stuff, make videos, and bring it to light if he tries to leave. But let's just continue watching.
And so I think a lot of artists accept those kinds of invitations. That's just one example, because it's a strong pitch and they don't know anything bad about it. And so they go become involved in those things. And once you get involved in those things, it's really hard to say, no, I'm not going back, or wow, I can't believe you did that, I'm out. Because if you do that, then the boomerang comes back around from those exact same people. If anybody presses you to join their club, their group, be a part of a secret this or that or the other thing, nothing about Jesus is secret. Nothing.
Amen. That's actually not the one I want. I mean, that's a good one, but let me bring another one up here that I thought it was going to be. Let's see. That is a good one, like I said. He mentioned a lot of it, but this is the specific one that I was thinking of. I brought this up, because like I said, David Harris said, they make these videos, they're going to blackmail you. And I just remember watching this from Cap with John, and he talked about this specific thing. So let's watch this.
I was 3 years in a row ASCAP Songwriter of the Year, meaning my songs that I wrote that year got more radio play than anybody else in the entire industry of country music. So when you hit those kinds of levels and you're selling millions of records, Big and Rich, I think we sold 8-9 million records right through that period of time. The phone starts ringing, and it's senators, and it's big country artists, and it's heads of record labels, and it's
senators, politicians.
Oh, yeah. Republican.
Yep.
Republican senators. Yes.
Not just
conservative, air quote that, conservative politicians that start calling you up and inviting you to things like Bohemian Grove. Hey, John.
No way. For real?
Hey, John, what do you...
I think he's going to say more about it, but Bohemian Grove is satanic. Let me continue playing what he says, and then if he doesn't say it all.
What are you doing in July? I go, well, I'm on tour, which I am every summer. Well, if you can carve out a couple of weekends, I'd like you to be my personal guest to Bohemian Grove. If your listeners don't know what Bohemian Grove is, go look that up.
If your listeners don't know, go look that up. I mean, that owl that it just showed is the demon god Moloch. Let me turn this off. That owl is the demon god Moloch that they do sacrifices to, and only men are involved, from celebrities to politicians to actors to whatever, athletes. They want you there. And there's some dark stuff that goes on there. So much that, I can't even begin to say everything that goes. Look it up, start reading about it. There's some homosexual acts that go on. There is blood sacrifices that go on. That's just scratching the surface. And again, then they have you. They got this on video. They have you, so you cannot leave without them exposing you. That's how it works. It's what we were hearing from David. And now, like I said, I just wanted to share with you from Cap and John in their interview. He started to scratch on the surface, and he even said at the end of it, if you don't know what it is, Bohemian Grove, look it up. Go look and see the presidents who have been involved in it. Go look and see the high profile people that have been involved in it and that continue to be involved in it. Let's get back to this with David Harris.
Music industry insider Sean Combs' crimes could be even worse than what's being described, and other famous faces could also be implicated. Joining me now is founder of Yako Booyans Ministries and my good friend, Yako Booyans. Yako, thank you so much for coming on the show this evening. I know we're hearing a whole lot about what these allegations are, what the charges are, and we're hearing other big names that are supposed to be all wrapped up in it.
In the other video I made, Jaguar actually talks about some names that these people are involved. These people are next. Watch that last video that I did on P Diddy as well. I had to think of his name when I was growing up. His name was Puff Daddy. It's just been Sean Combs, Puff Daddy. Now it's P Diddy. Keeps on changing. But watch that video. Jaguar names some people that she believes or she knows that is involved and that will be being brought down as well.
Tell us, spill the beans. Nothing's off limits, brother. What's going on? Who else is going to be implicated? Who's already implicated in the charges? Who else do you think is going to come up out of this? And do you think Sean Combs is actually going to face jail time? And do you think he's going to survive his time in prison?
Yeah, man. Great work, David. Thank you for all you do. Look, I said 10 months ago, Sean's going to be arrested. People said, no, he's going to walk. And I said, not this time. Something you have to pay attention to here is what did not happen in the Epstein case or the Maxwell case. In the indictment, the definition of sex trafficking is mentioned. That did not happen with Epstein and with Maxwell. The second I saw that in the indictment, they're mentioning force, fraud, coercion, which is the definition of human trafficking, I knew this time this guy's going to fry. He's going to. This is a sex trafficking case. The reason they did that is so no corrupt district attorney could.
They're saying, is it going to be like the other ones where people get away? He's like, nope, I looked at this. This guy is going down. This guy is going to have the book thrown at him.
Plead this down to a misdemeanor, a drug charge, kidnapping charge, rape charge. This is a sex trafficking case. Maxwell wasn't tried in a sex trafficking case. This is very, very different, David. They're stacking up. They went slow. Remember, they raided him, and then everybody said they're going to do nothing. And I said, no, they're walking it slow because they've got the evidence. I believe this canary bird is going to sing. Here's what I believe is going to happen. The charges are mounting up, and he's going to get 30, 50, 55, 60 years is what he's looking at. I believe they're going to throw the book at him. I also believe they're going to talk to him about ceasing assets. They're going to talk to him about your children are going to left destitute on the street. We're going to take you for everything you've got, because it is New York City. In New York City, tax crimes are looked at differently. They're looking at tax evasion. They're going to throw the book at this guy, I believe, to make him a deal. And I believe the deal they're going to make him is, now you need to spill the beans. You need to talk, and we'll give you 15 with probation or whatever, right? Some sort of a condition. I really believe this is going to happen. Other names are going to come out. Sean will talk. That's why Jay-Z is running. That's why Jay-Z is nervous. Jaguar is talking about it. So many other artists at the moment. The industry is squirming because they know Sean is loose-lipped. He will talk. I can share this with you. An executive from his organization ends up in my office, unannounced.
Wow.
In my office saying, will you help me? I'm not part of it. I run some of his brands. This guy's got tequila.
These people are getting scared. Like he just said, it showed up in my office. There is multiple people in my other video. Like I said, there's multiple celebrities deleting their posts, deleting what they've said before, deleting who they're following. Why? They're scared. They're involved. They're a part of this. I wouldn't be surprised if these people start talking before P Diddy starts talking. I wouldn't be surprised if these people, like he's coming to him saying, can you help me? They're scared. They're wondering, what's going to get released? What is the FBI? What did they find? Like, what do they have on me? They're starting to be scared. Justice is starting to prevail.
Brands. He's got a ton of stuff. One of his executives ends up in my office. I said, how did you get in my office? He said, I'm here. You've got to help me. I said, no, we're going to come after you. You know, you've been there. You've worked with him for 17 years. You know, they're wow. Jumping. David, so brazen that he shows up at my office to say, will you help me? I want to talk. I want to spill the beans. Wow. So this is going to crumble. Now, you're going to see Hollywood film industry implicated, Wall Street implicated, professional sports implicated. Remember, allegedly, I'll say allegedly, because they make us, right? Minors did attend these parties. Minors. That charge has not been brought yet. If that charge comes, now you're looking at life, because the sex trafficking charges for minors are very different. You do not have to prove force, fraud, or coercion with a minor. A minor's a victim. The defense is going to say it's not force, fraud, coercion. The woman did it at their own admission, at their own will. He told them, I'll give you a record deal. You're going to be my girlfriend. He defrauded them. Wow. He coerced them with record deals. He put them in the studio. He made them believe they were going to be stars. He is toast. He's fried because it's actually a sex trafficking case. And I believe, especially being denied bail, remember, he pays off his mortgage, $18 million a week before he turns himself in. He was so confident. His lawyers are so cavalier that the judge would take the bail. Judge, here's an $18 million home, $50 million cash. You could put an ankle bracelet on me. I'm not going nowhere. And they go, no bail, no bail, because this guy is over his eyeballs in water. When he realizes this, and his lawyers tell him, Sean, there's no way out, buddy. Take a deal. He'll ask for a deal. And that deal has to be names. And then those names can't just be a list of names. They have to be indicted, and they've got to go in front of a court, and they've got to be cross-examined. They've got to sit in front of a jury. Yeah. And can we have that a public trial that they made Kyle Rittenhouse a public trial? Can we have a public trial? Yeah, right. Can we bring him in that the public see, like Amber Heard and Johnny Depp? Turn the cameras on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's see.
That went out for everyone to see.
Yeah, that's exactly what I think every American needs to see. There's such this allure about Hollywood and all the athletes and celebrities and their party life, and it's so dark.
That's so true. So many people look at these celebrities and athletes, especially when you're in the world not serving God, you see their party life and you're like, that's what I want. I want sex, drugs, money, all that kind of stuff. And what they're not realizing is basically the satanic pull that's behind that all, the devil that's behind that all, trying to lure these kids, these women, these men, whoever it is, into that so-called amazing looking lifestyle. And it just leads to destruction. It leads to what we're watching here. It leads to a lifetime of misery. It leads to desolation, and it leads to hell. Let's get back into this.
Dark. It's so dark. And now to find out that there's been this systematic system of sex slavery, sex workers being drugged. I hear this as well. Maybe you can confirm, Yako. Allegedly, the Kardashians.
I want to say this: if this comes out and you're the celebrities, the movies you watch, and you find out that they're on here, I hope you are not watching their movie and standing for what they've done. Oh yeah, they were a good actor, but look who they actually are. Boycott that. Don't watch that. Don't be a part of what they're doing. I hope when that comes out, the celebrities, the athletes, because I believe it's going to come out, that you stop watching that, stop even being a part of that. They're surviving because they get a lot of money off of it, because we watch those kinds of things. And if you stop watching it, that's where it's going to really hurt them. That's where it's going to hurt, because they're not going to be getting the money that they once were.
Are mixed up in this, that there's some documents, there's some proof, evidence that people were being drugged, and then things were being recorded, videotaped, and then that was used against executives or individuals to get further in their deals. What can you shed on that topic?
Yeah, the names and what you're going to find here, it's the same circle. It's the Epstein circle. It's the Harvey Weinstein circle. Remember, they run in packs. Football players hang with football players. Baseball players with baseball players. The industry run in packs. 15 years of freak out parties.
Wow.
Who do you think went through there? Everybody. They went through there. Now, does it mean they're all complicit in trafficking? No, but they saw stuff and they talk about it, and they.
Yeah, a lot of people. I remember just watching something recently where Lecrae said he was there. He was at the P Diddy parties. He said he wasn't a part of anything. He said, yes, after 12, some weird stuff happened and they started leaving. But a lot of these people are going to have to talk. A lot of these people are going to have to brought forward. Doesn't mean they were involved in all this. I'm not going to say that, because I don't know. I don't know if you were there. That means you were involved or not. But it means you know or seen something. It means that, or you left before any of that happened. I don't know. But the best part is to not even be a part of any of these things. Why even go to one? Or like they were talking about, the people are like, hey, come here. This people is here. These big people are here. And so they think they're going to get bigger for being there. I don't know. But a lot of people are going to be spoken to because they were 15 years of this. 15 years of this. There's a lot of things that are going to be brought to light.
They know, and they know what happens at midnight. They know what happens at midnight. At midnight, certain things happen. Girls get naked. All of a sudden, everybody's naked. All of a sudden, they find out, oh, have I been kissing on a man or a tranny?
Whew.
Is this a dude or a girl?
Wow.
All being recorded.
At midnight. And now.
He said when he seen, there was guys on guys, girls on girls, all kinds of things that started happening. Man, it's just unbelievable.
Now, one thing that cannot happen, and we cannot skim over, is the record label executives. Remember, Sean was led into the industry by a particular record label executive. We're not going to mention his name right now, but biggest of the biggest. Godfather of American music. Made him, right? Funded the freak out parties as a mechanism to gather talent.
It's not just P Diddy, like he's bringing up. There's somebody who brought him in. It's always like we watched at the very beginning. The people call this the secret societies. They're societies, and they're trying to keep themselves in the secret. But there's Illuminati. There's all kinds of Masons. All kinds of different things that happen. There's more than just P Diddy. This is just the start of it. There's people above him, and there's people below him.
Bring them in. Bring them into our house. Let them not go to another label, a competitive label. Bring them in here, compromise them, wine and dine them, promise them, put them in the studio the morning after. Here's what happens. A girl comes in that has hopes and dreams, that has slept in her car. All of a sudden, she's with Puff Daddy. Puff Daddy tells her, you're my girl. You're my boo. The next, she's at a party. It's a freak party, and he's having sex and they're having sex. Next day, she's in the studio. He's delivering on the promise. She's in the studio with record label executives. She's like,
we don't live in a world that's just everything's perfect. There's a lot of things going on behind closed doors, and it's sad. This is the music industry. The same thing happens in Hollywood, in the movies. Same thing. It's coming out now. Kids who were touched, they're finally speaking out. Oh, you want to be a part of this movie? Then here, come here. Let me do this to you. And this is the sick stuff that's been going on for years. And finally, justice is starting to be served. Continue praying for these people, continue praying for the victims, the people who, the predators, they all need Jesus. Continue praying.
Like, this is my world. You traffic a person through knowing their greatest desire and their greatest need, those two things.
Wow.
So you meet the need, and then you play off their desire, their ambition to be a star, and you give it to them. Remember, David, I'm not speaking 30 years in human trafficking, but where did we start with human trafficking? My sister.
As I mentioned at the beginning of it, he has personally been involved in this. His own sister was a part of this. So it's not just stuff he's speculating and saying. No, he's been down this road. His sister was inside of it, and this is what they did to her. Watch this.
Was trafficked by a record label executive. Wow. This is where this started from my family. We know this inside out.
Wow.
They deliver on actual promises. Then it becomes family. It's us. You can't break rank with us. If you go against us, they're all going against you. We got dirt on everybody. We filmed everybody.
Dirt,
politicians, David, wait until the names of the politicians come through, and the athletes. Wait until the names of the athletes come through. 15 years.
What about the video? What about the videotapes? Are those going to be admissible somewhere? Is that all going to be collected? All of that stuff going to be filed?
Guys, you just heard it firsthand on David Harris, and we shared some from Cap and John as well. There's stuff going on behind the scenes, and it is being brought to light. There's stuff that is happening, and the light is shining on it. The darkness is having the light shined on it and exposed. These people are going down. We're going to see much more. This is just a beginning. Much more is about to come out. Much more. It could take a year. I don't know how long this trial is going to be, but I guarantee there's going to be more brought to light. We'll continue bringing it to you. I wanted to bring this as we did right now. Again, we did the other video just a bit ago, and I'm sure there's going to be more that will be brought to light. I just want to show that there's stuff going on. We don't live in a perfect world. We don't live in a world where we can just shut our eyes and everything is perfect. Well, I mean, I think we all know that. But what I want to mostly bring to light is these people that your kids are looking up to, these people that your kids are listening to, the music, the movies, they're not okay. And there's hidden agendas behind it all. I share this all to say this. We are called to intercede. We are called to pray. We are called to bring heaven to earth. Yes, there's darkness. Yes, the devil's running rampant, but you are called to pray. You are called to intercede. When's the last time you interceded for something like this? Maybe you never have. And the reason is because you didn't think this was actually going on. I want to bring it to light. I want more people interceding, more people praying, more people prophesying the goodness of God, more people just declaring the goodness of God. This is what we're called to do. This is what you've been called to do. I thank you so much for watching this. If you haven't subscribed, please do so now. Share this with a friend, and God bless you.